Okay, Janice, so what is a seasonal color analysis? What does that mean? It sounds very technical.
It isn't, despite sounding that. So what we're doing is we're taking into consideration your skin, your complexion, your eye color, your hair color, and we're applying that to pair up with clothing pieces that are really going to complement your skin tone and make you look refreshed and rested, as opposed to, you know, a little bit more tired, which some of the other colors can do when they say washing you out.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know what I lean towards.
Yes.
I mean, you look through my Instagram.
Yes.
Bright colors everywhere.
Here I am.
And again, here I am. And it's not just because I feel like they look good on TV. It's because that's what I actually gravitate towards, especially red. In home decor and in fashion, I'm constantly leaning towards red.
Yeah, so I love that. And yes, I went through, and there were some colors that you didn't wear. Now, does that...
Right. I feel like I love chocolate browns and neutrals and creamy oatmeals, but I don't necessarily feel that they are fantastic on me.
Yeah, so the point is, so the tone of this is, yes, it looks, you're fabulous, so it does look fabulous,
well, thank you.
But it just isn't bringing out some of the other colors, and that's in your skin, and that's it. We want to create a contrast or draw the eye to parts of your face, as opposed to if we did something, you know, even lighter, then it just, like, that's the true definition of just washing you all out, because nothing's really popping. But if you love a color, like your chocolate brown, wear it on a bottom, and wear like a fuchsia that you do, like do new color pairings, which is what we should be doing.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about how we can actually figure out who we are and what our undertones are. Okay,
so what we want to look at is there's warm and cold, and then light and dark.
Okay.
It's a lot of information. Right. Now we're going off it was in the 80s when it was this book called Color Me Beautiful. Yeah. Like my mom totally had a little swatch booklet in her purse, and she would pull it out to reference what her colors were. And so I love this from the point of view that it gives us the confidence to try other colors within our palette. Once you know that. But also just understand we don't have to follow all of these rules. And they've, since this book in the 80s, they've really, really expanded. They've added some more categories. So now actually every skin tone is covered.
Yes.
Undertone. So what we're going to do initially is find out what our undertone is.
Okay.
Now, our skin tone is actually our complexion.
Yes.
The undertone is what we're looking at to give us like that warm or cool vibe.
Okay.
So the easiest way is to use a white piece of paper, true white in natural light, and you're looking at the underside of your wrist. Because that gives us like untanned skin, and you can see the veins. So we are actually both warm.
Yeah, we're greenish.
We have green veins, and we have our skin tone is more peachy, so that's warm. And if you're more rosy or blue, then that is going to be cooler. Okay. So we're in the warm vibe, but because we have our hair is more warm in caramels and lighter browns with brown eyes, then we're into more of the autumns.
Okay, so we're dark gals, are we?
Yes, we're dark.
Yes.
With warm. And so when we're going to pull up a chart, and so that's where you've got, like, you can do like cool and dark, cool and light. Yes,
got it. Cool and then warm. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot. Anyway, so other option too, which was so interesting for me when I was putting this together, was looking at your jewelry. If you're warm, you naturally gravitate towards gold. Right. And when I was looking at my jewelry to pull out silver, I have like 2 options for silver and about 100 gold. So I was interested about that. Like, that's another hint. Whether you tan easily means you're more warm, and if you burn, then you're more cool. Again, very general rules, but I give you a guideline to go
towards. And it was very 80s, and I do remember, you know, seeing stuff like that on Cityline, and it's evolved. So as you say, all the complexions are involved, and it's really just a guide, a loose guide.
Yes.
Right?
No.
So let's see how some of these look on me.
Yes. So this is something a little bit like, it's a little bit more washed out, right? It's like, it's okay. It's okay. So the whole point is when we talk about like drawing your colors out, and this is really, really
too loud on you.
Because
it's not great.
No. So what I would say is when you have a floral, and it's got a pink floral in it with a black background. If you put pink beside it, that pink in the floral is going to punch and jump out at you. If you put the black, then all of a sudden you only notice the black and less of the pink. This is what this is doing, because we want to make sure your eyes pop out, and your eyes. Sorry, I just gave you a shock. And everything's a little bit more brighter, punchier. And that's the value that comes from having the dark aspect, which we both do.
So we sort of scanned through the audience.
Yes.
And it was very obvious what a few people were. So Angelina, come on up here. Give her some love. We brought her from the audience. And actually, the reason why we picked you, Angelina, is because Janice says, like, this is perfect. What's her color? What's her seasonal color?
Yeah, so she is a winter, and she's a cool and a dark.
She's a cool, dark winter.
The perfect example of the contrast. She has the lighter skin with the stronger, more vibrant, darker hair, bluer hued and rosy hued skin. And she is wearing the perfect outfit. She's understood. She got the memo.
Yeah,
but we're gonna want to make her look bad for just a second, and we're gonna do this.
It's what we do around here.
And so this just doesn't help. It doesn't draw anything out. All of a sudden you notice, like, you know, the shallows around her eyes, and we don't need to do this. Now she looks really, really rested.
So we're trying to pull out the best features of you, and you were doing that beautifully. So thank you so much, Angelina, for hanging out with us. Next up, we have MA, also pulled out of the audience. So you took one look at MA, and you were looking at a whole bunch of things. Her hair color, the glasses, the shirt she's wearing, and what did you decide for MA?
Well, first off, I asked her what was her original dark hair color. Was it dark?
What was your original hair color?
Dark brown, almost.
Dark brown.
To black.
Okay, so that's helpful.
Yeah, so because, and with her more rosy skin, so she is a summer, because we've got the light with the cool.
Oh,
yes,
light and cool.
Yes. So if we put something with her, and then I was asking her that, had she noticed that when her hair changed, did that open up or change her options of what she was wearing?
Right. Did it?
Yes.
Okay.
So being more winter would actually limit how much she could wear because of that contrast. But as soon as you lighten your hair, then you kind of open up, there's less contrast, it's more like smooth.
Got it.
And then you can get some more colors. So this, you know, before would have been too light on her, but now that her hair is lighter, it works a lot more.
Yes.
And before, you know, this is almost too much contrast.
Right. Okay, very interesting. So listen, it's one of those fun things you can do to have an extra touch point if you get out there and you're a little bit lost when you think of what I should lean on.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing that might help you out. MA, thank you for modeling. Jay, thank you for the info.